The sun was merciless that day, the kind that burned through fabric and skin, turning everything to golden glare. On the side of a quiet country road, a man in a worn gray t-shirt crouched beside an old sedan, sleeves rolled up, hands greasy, sweat dripping from his forehead. That man was Ryan Cooper, a single dad barely holding his world together. His old pickup sat a few meters away, hood open too, as if life couldn't decide which engine deserved to die first. He wasn't supposed to be there. He was on his way to deliver food to a construction site, a side job he picked up after being laid off from the auto repair shop 3 months ago. But when he saw a stranded car and a woman pacing in distress beside it, something in him, that unshakable instinct to help, forced him to stop. Before we go further, if you believe kindness still matters in this world, if you believe small acts can change lives, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Journal, because stories like this one deserve to be heard. Ryan had seen that kind of panic before. Someone stuck, helpless, praying for a miracle. The woman, Sophie Lane, stood there clutching her phone, her floral summer dress brushing against the hot wind, eyes wide with frustration. "Battery's dead," she muttered when Ryan offered to look. But after a few minutes under the hood, Ryan realized it wasn't just the battery. The alternator had burned out, a fix that would cost more than Sophie probably expected. When he told her, her face fell. She looked lost, then sighed. "I just needed to get to my interview in the city. I can't afford a tow." Ryan hesitated, glancing at his daughter's car seat in the back of his truck. Empty now, but a reminder of why he couldn't afford to waste a single hour. Yet something in Sophie's voice tugged at him. Maybe because he'd seen too many good people trapped in bad luck, same as him. "I'll help," he said quietly. "Got a few tools. Might get you running again." She stared at him half in disbelief. "I can't pay you," she admitted. "I don't even have cash on me." Ryan smiled faintly, wiping his hands on a rag. "Then maybe just a sandwich. I skipped breakfast." It was meant as a joke, but Sophie nodded, eyes softening with gratitude. "Deal." For the next hour, Ryan worked like a man who knew engines the way most men know their own heartbeat. Sweat streaked his neck. His calloused hands moved with quiet precision. Sophie watched in awe, occasionally offering him water from a bottle she found in her car. The world seemed to still around them, just a man, a woman, and the hum of a car slowly coming back to life. When he finally slammed the hood shut and turned the key, the engine purred weakly but steady. Sophie gasped in relief. "You did it," she said, smiling wide. Ryan just shrugged, his tired blue eyes soft. "Temporary fix. You'll need a new alternator soon." She handed him a brown paper bag from her back seat. Inside, a turkey sandwich she'd packed that morning for her trip. "It's all I have," she said. "But thank you." "Really?" Ryan nodded, taking it like it was worth gold. "You'd be surprised," he murmured. "Sometimes a sandwich means more than money." When she drove off, he didn't expect to ever see her again. Just another moment of kindness exchanged between two strangers on a long, lonely road. But fate had other plans that night. Ryan sat at his kitchen table with his 7-year-old daughter Mia, whose laughter could still light up the dimmest room. They shared mac and cheese, their dinner for the third night in a row, and he told her stories about fixing cars and people he'd helped along the way. Mia listened wide-eyed. "You're like a hero, Daddy," she said softly. Ryan smiled faintly, though behind it, there was a weight she couldn't see. Bills on the counter. A shoot-off notice. Rent due in 3 days. His savings were gone, his truck barely running, and his pride the only thing still holding. The next morning, as the sun stretched over the rooftops, Ryan heard a knock on the door. Confused, he opened it, and froze. Sophie stood there, wearing a clean white blouse and holding a clipboard. Behind her, a sleek black car idled quietly. "Morning," she said, smiling. "I hope I'm not intruding." Ryan blinked. No, not at all. "Everything okay with your car?" Sophie laughed softly. "Actually, I wanted to talk about you." It turned out Sophie Lane wasn't just anyone. She was the new regional manager for a major auto service company that had recently bought out the shop where Ryan used to work. She'd gone to her interview the day before, late but still determined, and after telling the story of the man who helped her for a sandwich, the company's CEO had been so moved he asked her to find that man. "I told them your name," Sophie said, her eyes gleaming. "I saw your name stitched faintly on your old work shirt while you were fixing my car. They want to meet you, Ryan." They're opening a new service center in town, and they need a lead mechanic. For a moment, Ryan couldn't speak. The air caught in his chest. Are you serious? Sophie nodded. Completely. You helped me when I had nothing to offer. Let me return the favor. The world seemed to tilt. For so long, Ryan had been climbing through fog, waiting for something, anything to change, and suddenly it had. That week, he went to the company's office, cleaned up, nervous, Mia holding his hand. He sat before a panel of executives who asked him questions about repair work, leadership, and his vision for a local team. He spoke humbly, honestly about fixing cars, yes, but also fixing people's trust. He told them how every engine reminded him of life itself, sometimes broken, sometimes silent, but never beyond repair. When he finished, the room went quiet. Then one of them smiled. Welcome to the team, Mr. Cooper. Ryan walked out of that office with tears he didn't bother hiding. That same afternoon, he stopped by Sophie's office. She was waiting for him, leaning by the window. Told you kindness comes back around, she said. From that day forward, life slowly rebuilt itself piece by piece. Ryan became the lead mechanic, later promoted to manager. The new shop flourished under his care. He trained young workers, hired people who had once been down on luck, and treated every customer like family. Sophie became one of his closest friends, often stopping by with coffee and updates. Their bond deepened, not from romance, but from mutual respect, from two souls who'd found light in the middle of exhaustion. But Ryan never forgot that first day. The burning sun, the roadside dust, the sandwich that changed everything. He often told his staff, you never know which moment of kindness might rewrite your whole story. Months later, on a warm Saturday morning, Ryan took Mia to the park. They laughed under the sunlight, her little hand gripping his as they chased a kite across the grass. Sophie joined them later, bringing homemade sandwiches and lemonade. The three of them sat together watching families pass by. A simple, beautiful normalcy Ryan once thought he'd lost forever. As the day faded into orange light, Sophie looked over and said quietly, you know, I almost didn't stop that day. I almost called for help and waited. Ryan smiled, eyes glimmering. Funny thing about life. Sometimes the best detours lead you home. For everyone watching this story, if it touched your heart, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Journal. Because somewhere out there, someone like Ryan is helping a stranger without expecting anything back. And maybe, just maybe, that kindness will come full circle too. And before you go, drop a comment below. What's one small act of kindness you still remember? Either one you gave or received. Your story might inspire someone else today. As the credits would roll, if this were a movie, the final image would linger. Ryan locking up the shop at sunset, Maya's laughter echoing behind him, and Sophie waving from across the lot. The camera would pan upward to the fading light, the kind that turns the sky to gold. A reminder that hope can find you on the most ordinary of days, disguised as a broken car and a simple sandwich. Because sometimes, the smallest kindness repairs more than engines. It repairs hearts.